Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to learn how to model raindrops in your scene. I'm going to teach you how to set up the scene and make the world, look cloudy like this, and then you'd have raindrops. We're just going to be using very simple materials. What we're going to need is the plane, which is the emitter object, and then the surface, which is the canvas, because we're going to be giving it weight paint, and then the particle systems, which is the raindrop. That is all. If this is what you want to learn, keep watching, and it's going to be absolutely beginner friendly. If you do your best to follow, you'll be able to model this at the end of the day. So let's jump in. So with a new scene open up in Blender, you want to select all of the default objects by pressing A and X, then delete. You want to go to your front photographic view or somewhere there and go Shift A, add in a plane, and we have a plane. So what you want to do is scale this plane S5, scale it up by 5, and then you want to go subdivide. You want to subdivide this plane. Want to give it number of cuts. Want to make it 20. Yeah, 20 should be fine. 20 number of cuts. This plane would be the surface. So I want to go ahead and give it a subdivision surface modifier. Want to give it viewport level of 3 and 2 on the render. I think that should be fine. Okay, you minimize it like that and then you tab it out. What you want to do next is make the plane that would be the emitter object. That's the sky where the raindrops will be falling from. So what you want to do now is scale this plane way up. After lifting it GZ up like this, you scale it by 5, the same size as the surface. You don't have to make it the same size, but this is just how I prefer to work. So what you want to do now is subdivide this and give it a number of 10. 10 should be fine. It doesn't have to be the same number as the surface, but you guys get the idea here. You can subdivide it if you want to, but I'm just going to keep it simple. So what you want to do next is select your surface. That's the plane down. Oh, let's start from the top plane. So the top plane, I give it a particle system. With this particle system now, you can leave the number of particles the way it is. Set the start frame to 5, maybe. We want it to start at frame 5 and want it to last to frame 100. Lifetime, leave it at 50. 50 should be fine. Then what we want to do is play the animation and see what we have. This is what we have, right? This is what we're going to see in our scene, which is fine. From frame 5 to frame 100. But we want to set the end frame here to 160. So let's play the animation again. Oh, no need to play the animation. We'll do that later. So what we want to do now, I want to model the rain. So let's add in a UV sphere to model the raindrops. Tap into edit mode and in front photographic view, you want to go to your wireframe and select this bottom vert and enable your proportional editing tool and go GZ and move it like that. Roll the little mouse button to control the fall off. To control the fall off, it will look like that. You want to go S to scale Shift Z and then scale it on every other axis except Z. And then you want to right click and shade smooth. Okay, we have a nice looking raindrop. So you want to move this GX to the side because we don't want to see it in the camera. So what we want to do next now is go to our particle system, go to render, and under render as hello, you change it to objects. And with the instancing objects eyedropper, you click on the raindrop. So now when you play the animation, you're gonna see the raindrops looking more organic, looking like the sphere that we just modeled, which is what we want, right? Now, there's a few things we're going to set here. We're going to, first of all, we're going to, we're going to give this raindrop its own material. We want to give it rain water material. So you're going to up it on the metallic, zero on the roughness, and go to transmission and set it all the way to one. Now, if we press okay, so then I'm trying to figure out something. Okay, we want to select the bottom and give it the same material as well. We want the water to, we want the same to kind of look like water is, raindrops is dropping on water. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I want to do. So I want to go to the physics property for the bottom plane and give it a dynamic thing. So I want to set it as, I think, yeah, we want to set it as canvas. I want to go add canvas and go to surface type and make it waves, right? Okay. Then we want to tweak a few settings here. I want to go time scale. Speed is 1.0, leave it that way. Time scale, I want to make it 0.5. Right? Time scale is the time that it will take for the wave to disappear. So the damping would be the bounciness. We don't have to mess around with that. We could just leave it that way. So what we want to do, I think we want to go to the scale influence and reduce it to zero point 0.4. And then the radius, we want to reduce it to um, I think zero point 0.3 should be fine. Yeah, 0.35 is okay. So when we select this top part and go to dynamic paint, we want to make it brush, add brush. I think that's all we need to do for this one. And set it to particle system actually, and then pick that particle system. That's all. That's all we need to do for this one. I want to go to frame one, and with this bottom plane selected, we want to be sure we have, go to material preview. Let's see what we have. Okay, I think the subdivision is already applied. That three levels of subdivision is okay on the viewport. So let's play the animation and see what we have. This is the rain coming down to interact with the water. How cool is that? How cool is this? This is exactly what we wanted to get. This is the effect we hoped for, and exactly what we have in our scene. So how cool is this? Congratulations, you can now model raindrops on a water surface. You can make this plane as big as you want, depending on what your scene is. So let's divide this scene and go to our shader editor. I think, yeah, or graph editor. There's a whole lot of customizable options at this point. It just depends on what you want. But let's go to our shader editor and let's see what we have. We want to change the world setting, the background to like a cloudy background. So what you saw in the beginning of the video. So what we want to do is delete this background and bring this world output here. I want to go Shift A, get a node. I want to first of all get a noise texture, place it here, and we want to go ahead and get a color ramp and place it here. So I want to connect the factor to the factor of the noise texture to the factor of the color ramp. I want to connect the color of the color ramp to the surface of the world output. Now I want to move these two handles closer. I want to move it closer, and I want to go to our rendered view so we can actually see what this is. So you go Z and go rendered. It's going to take a little while. Okay, so this is what we have, right? Okay, it's not so bad. Not so bad at all. We can change the scale until we get what we want and change the linearity, and then we can as well change the color. Don't worry, this will look nice when we give it a sky color. We want to change this to slightly lighter, or yeah, something like this. And we want to change the white one to blue sky, kind of blue, but not. But we have to use another blue to climb down on this dark color because the dark is too dark, and we want to make it lighter. Yeah, something like that. We could add another handle to climb down on the white or the blue. Depends on what you have, but this is what I'm just gonna go with. Yeah, this is kind of cool. We could add another color, another handle, but it's gonna mess up everything. Let's try it. Add another handle. This handle is okay. We mistakenly added two handles actually. So this one can give it another blue. It's gonna make it look really weird actually. So we might just delete that handle. There's no need. We're already getting the results we want anyway. So, but we could still tweak that handle, see if we can get a better result. Something like this. Okay, something like this is fine. That's the third handle. We're using the blue to climb down on the other white, giving it a kind of sky blue kind of stuff. So let's join back this and let's see what we have. So this is what we have, right? We have the sky, bluish, and then this is our plane for the rain to interact with. If you look closely, you see that there's an interaction between the particle system and the plane, making it look like rain is dropping on water, which is exactly what we wanted to get. So, congratulations, you have just learned how to model raindrops, how to set up a scene, and how to set up the background to look cloudy. And people pay a whole lot of money to learn things like this, but you're just watching it for free on my channel. If this has been helpful, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and definitely consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help me grow a lot. Thank you very much for watching it to this point. There's a whole lot of customizable options in this thing that I'm not going to be covering, but there's a whole lot of things you could do, a bunch of stuff. You could keyframe, the world to look like the cloud is moving.